lot about serving people. It didn't take me long to know what my customers wanted. The best home appliances they could find at the lowest possible price. That's why East Coast has become the largest appliance dealer in the state, with thousands of top name brand appliances, fast delivery and installation, and a promise: you'll always get the best price, or it's free. Our commitment to serving our customers will never change, even if the garage got a little bigger. East Coast Appliance, the best price, or it's free.
You're watching KCTV 5, home of Super Bowl 58, coming to you live from Las Vegas.
Our team coverage of Super Bowl 58 continues. This final Red Friday of the season, can you believe it? We thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Cruz.
And I'm Julia Avery, in for this guy right here. We've got Bill Hurlbrink, and he is down on the Strip. He's been there for a couple days now. Bill, looks like you're all bundled up. Is it colder there than here?
I'm not sure what the temperature is there. I'll have to talk to Greg about that here in just a second. But yeah, it's probably in the 30s here this morning. The good news, though, is it's not raining and there's not the wind that made it just really pretty miserable to be out yesterday. But honestly, I mean, New York City, I know, holds the moniker, the city that never sleeps, but I think that can be granted to Las Vegas, too. We got up to get down here for our live shot at 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's still people out on the casino floor. There's still traffic all over the place. And I've seen stuff here that I've never seen anywhere else before. I've seen it on TV, but those driverless cars, they act as Ubers here in Las Vegas, and we've seen a handful of them driving all around town here over the last couple of days. So it's been an eye-opening trip here. Definitely, again, the city that never sleeps, and the city that's got more lights than just about any city in the entire world here in Las Vegas. And we're all just getting ready for the Super Bowl here. Now we're just a couple of days away, guys.
The party's just getting started at 2 a.m. there in Vegas, Bill, as expected. To see people out and about at that hour. We'll check back in with you in just a bit.
Oh, yeah, kind of, sure.
There you go. He got it. He got it. Right now, we want to get over to meteorologist Greg Bennett. Greg, you're tracking a cool down that we're going to be experiencing here after kind of like a nice stretch of weather.
Absolutely. An FYI from the Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is 39 degrees. We're at a very balmy 40. So we're literally the same temperature. I mean, we're right there. We're right there with them, Bill. So, yeah, good idea to get the beanies on. Maybe the gloves for you this morning. Maybe those light jackets. But as we move on into the day side, I don't think you're going to need them. I also want to track something for you. Some good news from Mama Nature. This is the one track model that we've got out of all dozen models that we use to continue to monitor data from the atmosphere. This is the only one that's showing a little bit of a drizzle threat, perhaps early to mid this evening for our Friday night. And then one more very, very late round to come on through, perhaps around I-70, the southern end of the metro. Nowhere near as aggressive as where we were from last night, so we've definitely seen some better news here. I'm going to go into more detail about this wet weather, but what we can expect for the weekend in just a few more moments. Let's get you back out to the roadways, so check some early morning traffic. Julia, what's going on out there?
So, Greg, what you're saying is that it is confirmed it's colder in Las Vegas.
Technically, by a degree, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kansas City might be the place to be this morning. Maybe not on Sunday, but right now we're taking a live look out on the roadways. This is I-35 at Levee Road. We're just taking a live look at the Bond Bridge, and everything is looking great out there. The only place that I am seeing an issue on our maps this morning is down on 69 Highway. Quite far down on 69 Highway. It is down at 223rd Street, and that is in the, let me pull this up right here, that is in the northbound direction of 69 Highway down there in the Overland Park area. It appears that one lane is closed, but the scout cameras are too dark this morning for us to see that there. Everywhere else on the map, though, I'm not seeing any other issues, so if you are headed out the door right now, most likely you're going to have an easy commute. Carolina?
We are now less than 72 hours away from Super Bowl 58. You can see we are counting you down to the seconds with this clock just ticking away. But it is game time for the players who are getting dialed in already. And Bill, yesterday both teams spoke for the last time before kickoff. Did the 49ers have any more complaints?
I didn't hear him say too many more complaints, but we did hear from Niners quarterback Brock Purdy. And, you know, obviously the pressure is dialed all the way up. But in Brock Purdy's mind, he wants to keep things more on the simple side.
Now it's just going to come down to the moment and keeping things simple and and playing the game how we know how to play it. And so what we've done all year has been good enough to get to this moment, and we got to continue to do that.
Meanwhile, our favorite number 87, Travis Kelce, says it's not all fun and games at practice, and even things are getting a bit chippy.
I'm not even going to lie, things got a little chippy. I'm not going to say between who, but the offense and defensive lines are trying to get their work in. They're trying to make sure everybody's ready for the game, and I mean, it just got me fired up.
And his teammates echo his description of practice, but say that's actually a good sign.
All that energy is a good thing, you know, all that energy and passion, because guys here, we all want to do what we can to win.
It's just gearing up for Sunday. You know, it's a game. Football's a physical sport. Yeah, we're competitive guys, so any way you can make the game competitive on a daily basis keeps guys invested.
So high competitive energy, sounds like we're ready to go. I mean, I think that's what you want to hear from your Chiefs when we're just a couple of days away from the Super Bowl. There is a little bit of concerning news off of the injury list. Wide receiver Rashee Rice appeared on that here just the other day, or actually just yesterday. And the Chiefs say he was limited in practice with a high ankle injury, and the rookie has been dealing with lower body injuries in the recent weeks. So we're going to have to wait and see how that factors in to the game coming up here on Sunday. Guys?
Yeah, I mean, we just hope that all of our Chiefs could be as healthy as possible and play a good game.
And at least be there for some of them who might be injured.
Yeah.
To be there in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, they'll still get a ring, regardless. Yeah.
All right. Well, meanwhile, many fans plan to watch the Super Bowl in Vegas. Others choose to stay here in Kansas City.
Choose or can't afford.
Right.
We can't afford it. Instead of Super Bowl tickets, some are spending their bucks on a watch party. KCTV 5 Samantha Boring is live at Power and Light. That's just one of the many places where we can watch the Chiefs take on the 49ers this Sunday. And that's actually a great spot, Samantha.
Yeah, Carolina, Julia, this is a great spot. Of course, it's quiet now, but we know it will be a sea of red, white, and gold come Sunday when people are here to enjoy the Super Bowl. Some fans will be here even before the sun rises because Johnny's Tavern over in the corner is doing first come, first served basis tables. They say people line up when it's dark out so that they can get their spot, but other people already have their tables reserved at restaurants here, but also across the metro. Now, the Red Kingdom block party here at Power and Light is featuring Loud Luxury. It kicks off this Sunday. Doors open at 11 a.m. with a DJ, food trucks, photo ops, and a pregame pep rally starting at 2. Tickets are available through Power and Light District. A lot of places across the metro are charging for fans to get in. McFadden's, Guys Dive, no other pub, and a few other restaurants at P&L. Our fans are paying anywhere from $200 to $1,600 to reserve a table and spend some money on some food and drinks. The Sandbox and J. Rieger & Co. have reservations for $50 a person. Other watch parties across the metro include Tanner's Red Bridge and O'Dowd's at the Country Club Plaza. They have reservations with about $20 a person, depending on how many you have. And some places you can get into at no charge, but you will have to get there early. Places with no cover include River Bluff Brewing, Brewer's Corner, Squirrely's Bar, and the Poorhouse Bar and Grill. Restaurant owners say if you have not made your reservations yet, you need to do so now, and a lot of them are already gone and missing. So you'll want to make sure you call if you still are trying to get a reservation, but they say it will probably be slim pickings right now. Again, they are expecting hundreds of fans to be here on Sunday, and they will have extra food as well as a lot of alcohol ready to serve everyone that they can for the Super Bowl. Live from Power and Light, Samantha Boring, KCTV 5.
They better have some extra champagne if we end up winning, because Power and Light goes nuts when we have one in the past. Oh, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But we know there are so many good places for fans to have a good time while watching the game here, but also in Vegas.
Yeah, that's right, Carolina. And you know what? You know, we're going to be watching here in Vegas. We know you guys are going to be watching back in Kansas City. And our team at KCTV 5, we actually got some skin in the game. We placed a bet with our sister station, is a CBS affiliate in San Francisco. Here's what they're wagering as we get closer to the game.
Well, hello to our friends who are cheering on the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Reed Cowan from San Francisco. We obviously are cheering for the 49ers. This is our virtual reality set. Here's something that's very real. We are ready to claim that Super Bowl trophy. In fact, we've got it shined up right here behind me. And my buddies, my co-anchors, Gianna Franco and Nicole Zalumis, well, They've got something to say to all of you Kansas City fans in Las Vegas on the Strip. Watch.
That's right, Reed. We are ready to go, already in Las Vegas. And when Brock Purdy and company come through Allegiant Stadium, they are going to take down the Kansas City Chiefs like no other team has.
And what's Kansas City known for? Barbecue. We're about to barbecue you this Sunday.
Okay, so as much as we love the sound of barbecue sauce, let's have a little bit of a wager. If you win, we will send you taped congratulations from the Golden Gate Bridge or another landmark here in San Francisco. And when the 49ers win, when they win, we want you to find a beautiful place where you live and send us well wishes and congratulations for the 49er faithful.
What do you have to say about that, Bill? Yeah, same.
Our virtual reality set here, huh? Interesting. Okay, well, you know what, guys? I'll go ahead and keep our low cost of living in Kansas City and our better food, our better barbecue, and, you know, whatever San Francisco, whatever, that's all. Weak sauce. Don't bring that stuff here.
I love that one of our coworkers said imaginary set matches their imaginary win. I mean, I think that says it all.
That's right. I think you're right. I think you're right. So we'll have to see on Sunday. But our team coverage here from Vegas continues. Our very own Carolyn Long is here, and she's got a message from right here in Sin City.
Good morning, Kansas City. I'm Carolyn Long here in Las Vegas. Rest assured, we are going to bring you every minute of excitement happening in Sin City all throughout the day today. I would just lock it in on KCTV 5 for all of our newscasts as we go from every point of the city to show you what is going on as we count down here the final days to Super Bowl 58. I'm going to tell you one more thing. We have a special tonight from 8 to 10 p.m. on KCTV 5, special Chiefs Red Friday special. You're going to want to tune in for that because there's a tall place in town, used to be called the Stratosphere. They call it the Strat for short now, and I may or may not find a very interesting way to get down from the very top of that building. See you tonight.
Okay, we are intrigued, Carolyn.
What does that mean?
KCTV 5 does have that 2-hour-long Road to Repeat special show tonight. It all starts at 8 o'clock.
Well, the Chiefs are hoping their first-round pick and a Kansas City native will help them hit the jackpot in the Super Bowl.
KCTV 5's Maria Campbell shows us who's on deck in Las Vegas.
Lee Summit's Felix Uzama has watched the Chiefs' last 3 Super Bowl appearances as a fan. It turns out playing in the big game was always in the cards. Now, number 97 will take the field in Super Bowl 58 as the Chiefs take on the 49ers. Anudike Uzama remembers celebrating the Chiefs' Super Bowl 54 win over the 49ers with friends in Lee's Summit.
The whole street was like excited, and they're all just like, I remember that they're doing fireworks and everything like that.
Little did he know he'd be on the field for the Lombardi Trophy rematch 4 years later. Defensive end Charles Omenihu has been ruled out with a torn ACL, opening the door for the Lee's Summit High School and Kansas State alum to step in.
Basically treat this like another week of preparation and just next man up mentality. So I know Spags is trusting me to do that and prepare like I did before.
One of the things I like about the development of Felix is every week he's gotten better and better. It didn't matter how many plays he played or whether he was going to play in the game. And I'm hopeful for him that if he has an opportunity to play in this game, we'll see what a really good player he is.
Rookie campaign could end in storybook fashion, but Anudike Uzama is focused on the task at hand.
Now I want to try to focus on what to get a win, but then afterwards, and if we end up with the dub, then afterwards, and I'll just soak it all in.
Reporting outside Caesars Palace, Maria Campbell, KCTV 5 Sports.
All right, friends. Well, with that being said, I think this morning worth a hot cup of coffee. Same thing can be said if you're heading out to Vegas, too. They're talking temperatures in the low 40s and upper 30s, just like us. But we're warming up to the 60s and holding off on rain. For now, we're going to track that coming up in the next few.
Definitely could use that warm cup of coffee out here this morning, Greg. And finding lots of great places here in Vegas with a lot of Kansas City ties. We'll take you to one of these new up-and-coming places with these KC ties coming up after the break.
You're watching KCTV 5, coming to you live from Las Vegas.
This Valentine's Day, save big at Lidl. Freedom Roses, $14.99 a dozen. Colored roses, $12.99 a dozen. Rose and lily bouquet, $9.99 a dozen. Love is in bloom.
Maytag dishwashers with dual power filtration are put to the test, demolishing this decadent dessert. With that kind of power, you won't be preoccupied with pre-rinsing. Piece of cake.
Hi, I'm Amanda from Greenville, North Carolina. I love Lidl because of the bakery. It's right there when you walk in, and because their pastries and pretzels are baked fresh multiple times a day, it smells so good. You come around, and there's things you didn't even know you needed, things you did not go in there for, but you're definitely going to be leaving with. And that just adds to the low prices. Shopping there is easy, fun, and affordable, which is exactly what it should be.
We're proud to call Kansas City home. Like everyone here, we know we've got the best barbecue. But we're also pretty good at pasta, tacos, and even beer. We love our sports. We love our city. And we love supporting each other. There's a lot to love about Kansas City. And at Price Chopper, we love serving you. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
East Coast Appliance sells thousands of scratch and dent appliances. Where do they come from? At this rate, we'll never run out of scratch and dent appliances at great prices. See what I mean?
All scratch and dent appliances come with a standard warranty and are tested for quality assurance.
Happy Red Friday, Chiefs Kingdom. Our coverage of Super Bowl 58 continues in Las Vegas.
And Bill, you've been in Vegas for a couple of days now, so what cool things have you actually found in Sin City now?
So, guys, we've met so many Chiefs fans here in Las Vegas over the last couple of days. This next fan I want to introduce you to, he actually grew up just outside of Kansas City, ended up here in Vegas where he's celebrating the Chiefs' success, but he's also relishing his own accomplishments while spending a lot of time with family. Born in Kansas City and raised just outside of town, Brad Mark lived a quiet life growing up.
I think the biggest memory for me is wanting to get out of that small town and grow my wings. Thus, I'm in Vegas.
After running several successful businesses in Vegas, his latest venture dives into one of his passions, cigars, opening his own place called Smoke Cigar Lounge.
This is my Disneyland.
His boasting the largest humidor of any lounge in Las Vegas.
Cut this in half. And this is what Clint Eastwood had in his mouth on all those old cowboy spaghetti movies.
It's the culture around cigars that keeps bringing him back.
When you're smoking a cigar for an hour and a half or 2 hours and just enjoying time with each other, there's nothing better in the world to me.
This Sunday will bring together Brad's passions of cigars, Chiefs football, but most importantly, his family.
Football to me is time with my son. It's just been that father-son bond for me. For 16 years living in Vegas, we had season passes, and we'd go back every game.
While Brad's passion for the Chiefs grew during a time in the Army when he couldn't watch many Chiefs games, he's making sure his love of the Chiefs continues through generations.
My son has 2 babies now, so I'm a grandpa. And, you know, just being able to spend time with family around the Chiefs game, there's nothing. I've infected them fully. They're both born and raised here in Vegas, but they are lifelong diehard Chiefs fans for both of my children. My grandchildren will be so, and it's all about family.
All about family, and I mean that's the story for a lot of it. We hear a lot about, a lot of friends coming together here to Vegas, but a lot of families are here too. A lot of families come to Kansas City to be out here, and as you heard from Brad and his family, they lived here, and they'd fly back to Kansas City for those 17 years every single Chiefs game day to watch the Chiefs play at home. So some big super fans currently in place here, and he fondly refers to Allegiant Stadium as Arrowhead West out here where the Raiders play. So a Chiefs smack dab in the middle of Raiders country. Just one of the great fans we've been able to meet here during our time in Las Vegas.
Okay, we got to know, did you end up getting a cigar?
Did I have a cigar? No, that's not my game. But just the story about the Clint Eastwood cigars that he had there and how they came out of Italy, and the director of all these old spaghetti westerns was from the same town where they were made. I was like, well, that's pretty cool, but I'm not sure I could pull the Dirty Harry or the Clint Eastwood look off, with the cigar half out of my mouth. So, worth a shot, though.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, and Bill, you said it's not your game, but it is Greg's, so maybe bring one back for your buddy.
All right, we'll have to go visit him. All right, sounds good. Great, we'll hook you up.
We'll check back in with you here shortly.
Yep.
And we are going to get over to First 1-5 meteorologist Greg Bennett.
Indeed.
Greg, you're talking about that Vegas, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Vegas. I'm talking about Las
Vegas weather.
Out there.
We got to rock and roll that. I spent some time there, about four and a half years over in Las Vegas. I was actually a morning meteorologist for affiliate out there. And one of my favorite things to do with Erica actually was to go to Fremont Street, grab ourselves a couple of glasses of whiskey and have a cigar and watch the people. That's what we would do. That would literally be our weekend. Well, with that being said, unfortunately, Bill, listen, I know it's cold now and dry, not so much as we move on into the day side there. Friday afternoon into the overnight, better chances to get into some drizzle or shower activity. We could get those higher elevations to the Spring Mountain Range, a little bit of snowfall out there, or at least a wintry mix. But it all dries out just in time for Saturday and our Sunday forecast out there. Look, it's sweet, 56 degrees, mostly clear. Now, granted, there's a cover over the actual stadium, but you know what? All the way around, at least we've got great weather for football just in general. Now, when it comes down to us in the city of Fountains, which, man, oh man, I mean, really, we could be called the Neon City out there right now, too, because we've got so much red and gold and yellow all covered up across Kansas City right now to rep our Kansas City Chiefs. And the First 1-5 City camera looking fabulous out there. But listen, there is an opportunity for some precip. I am happy to say that the chances for that precipitation today is minuscule now. It's starting to see more drier kind of components into our lower levels, and it's trying to mix to the upper levels. So it's being picked up in our model data, and it's very few and far between that we get to those showers. Remember yesterday, and even our chief meteorologist, Luke Doris, showing you the latest data model runs and calling for perhaps even some intense shower activity out around the metro. Now it's going to be brief light to moderate showers being picked up in our data models. So it's going to be something that we still have to track, but I'm going to dial it back down to about 20%. I think you should absolutely grab the umbrella if you're going to be out there late tonight. We're talking like 10, 11 o'clock at night if you are going to be doing any kind of celebrating into the weekend here for Kansas City. So that would be a good idea. As you can tell, we're trying to bring in maybe some scattered flurry action. This is one of our models moving on into the early morning hours of our Sunday. It's the only model that's showing that. Most of us are actually showing more of a drier pattern now. So we'll talk about that in just a few. Cloud cover is in our area right now. And it's all associated with that area of low pressure, the frontal boundary system moving through the region. We actually have ourselves a warm front that's crossing over our heads here, and that's some good news. It's still going to keep us warm, but this is the day that we are tapering down with our temperatures, all right? So we're not going to be as warm as yesterday, and even this morning, we are going to be cooler compared to yesterday. Instead of the 50s, we've got the 40s right now, and it feels like we're in the middle 30s. So it's absolutely worthwhile, the light jackets. But as we move on into the day side, I still think you can actually shed that jacket. And in fact, we actually get to some sunshine out there. Daytime highs making it into the lower 60s, with 63 looking to be the high temperature for us. All right, well, we do cool off the forecast, and we're tracking that wintry mix, but now down to 20%. 45 is the coldest that we will get, and then we bump up those temperatures. But let me show you, at least in our forecast model data, what we're looking at for that precip opportunity, and it barely shows up to our extreme southern counties. Still something we'll continue to monitor, but I think we're looking better and better for the big game to celebrate here. Security Bank 7-day forecast up. There is that rebound next week, maybe around the time for Valentine's Day, perhaps a parade. That's your forecast. Julia, to you.
We are going to start with a look of the folks coming around the Benton curve right here. This is on I-70. People coming in. Not too many people out there on the roadways just yet. In fact, across the map, I'm not seeing too many people on the roadways. I will say, though, that there is a crash. I was telling you about this a little bit earlier on 69 Highway down to the south of us at 223rd Street in the northbound direction. And as I was saying earlier, I tried to look at this on the scout camera and it's still pretty dark out there. In fact, I'll show you what we're looking at. This is the crash out there on 69 Highway in the northbound direction, causing a little bit of a backup. So be aware of that if 223rd Street at 69 Highway is your morning commute. But let's go back to the map. I'm not seeing anything else across the map on wide, and I even have the radar here behind our traffic map. So I'm not seeing any wet weather or any fog this morning, which is great news. And even up at the airport, only 2 delays and 0 cancellations. And if you are headed to the airport right now, maybe heading off to Vegas, you're not going to have any issues on the roadways. Carolina?
From prayers to chants, everyone, and we mean everyone, is cheering for the Chiefs. Ahead, how a local group of nuns are showing their Chiefs pride.
This Valentine's Day, save big at Lidl. Freedom roses, $14.99 a dozen. Colored roses, $12.99 a dozen. Rose and lily bouquet, $9.99 a dozen. Love is in bloom.
Maytag dishwashers with dual power filtration are put to the test, demolishing this decadent dessert. With that kind of power, you won't be preoccupied with pre-rinsing. Piece of cake.
Is this my lawn?
Yep, but it doesn't have to be. Visit dreamlawn.com today and check lawn care off your to-do list. Plus, save 10% and get 2 free services.
You Move Me turns 10 years old this year. Here's one thing we've learned serving you the past decade. Moving day doesn't have to be stressful. Great prep, great attitudes, and great expertise make moving day easy. You Move Me, home of the best move ever.
At East Coast Appliance, we sell the top brand name home appliances, and that's it. And at the best price, or it's free. Sure, you could go to a home improvement store where they could help you find the perfect paint color, pick out the right lawnmower, or find the right picket for your new fence project. But at East Coast, we focus on one thing: appliances. With an experienced staff of appliance specialists, the largest in-stock inventory in the state of Virginia, and the lowest price guaranteed. East Coast Appliance, the best price, or it's free.
We're proud to call Kansas City home. Like everyone here, we know we've got the best barbecue. But we're also pretty good at pasta, tacos, and even beer. We love our sports. We love our city. And we love supporting each other. There's a lot to love about Kansas City. And at Price Chopper, we love serving you. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
Maytag dishwashers with dual power filtration are put to the test, demolishing this decadent dessert. With that kind of power, you won't be preoccupied with pre-rinsing. Piece of cake.
We at KCTV 5 are not the only ones getting pumped up for the Super Bowl. Check out this hype video by the Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth. This group of nuns shows off their Chiefs pride by wearing Chiefs gear and waving red and gold pom-poms, plus tossing around that football there and smacking it down. This isn't the first time the nuns have gone viral for their team spirit. In late January, they showed off their Chiefs friendship bracelets, and in another video, a nun tried on Andy Reid mustache in a tribute, of course, to the coach. We'll be right back.
When we say you need Jerry, you need an attorney who sees the pain, the struggles you're going through, who wants to do everything we can as a firm to help you. You need Jerry.
Injured in a car accident? Call Jerry.
Price Chopper and Kansas City go together, like hot dogs and hot days at the K. We're proud to call Kansas City home. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
Maytag dishwashers with dual power filtration are put to the test, demolishing this decadent dessert. With that kind of power, you won't be preoccupied with pre-rinsing. Piece of cake.
East Coast Appliance sells thousands of scratch and dent appliances. Where do they come from? At this rate, we'll never run out of scratch and dent appliances at great prices. See what I mean?
All scratch and dent appliances come with a standard warranty and are tested for quality assurance.
When you're a Navy vet starting an appliance business in your garage, you learn a lot about serving people. It didn't take me long to know what my customers wanted. The best home appliances they could find at the lowest possible price. That's why East Coast has become the largest appliance dealer in the state, with thousands of top name brand appliances, fast delivery and installation, and a promise. You'll always get the best price, or it's free. Our commitment to serving our customers will never change, even if the garage got a little bigger. East Coast Appliance, the best price, or it's free.
We're finally here, and now even closer to Gammy and Grandpa.
Yeah.
You're gonna love Kansas City. Hey buddy, what are you drawing there? What is that?
Luke with a K.
Welcome, Luke with a K. Chief Meteorologist Luke Doris, KCTV5 First Warn Weather.
When we say you need Jerry, you need an attorney who sees the pain, the struggles you're going through, who wants to do everything we can as a firm to help you. You need Jerry.
Injured in a car accident? Call Jerry. You're watching KCTV5, home of Super Bowl 58, coming to you live from Las Vegas.
Ooh, well, it is the final Red Friday, and I see Bill has a little red under there, as Super Bowl 58 is now just 2 days away.
There he goes. He's showing it off. Bill
There it
Hurlbrink
is.
live in Las Vegas. And Bill, you've been there for a few days now, so you can't say you've never been to Vegas now. Do you think you've experienced everything it has to offer?
No, I have definitely not taken in everything that Las Vegas has to offer because there's so much to do here. It's just incredible. For my first trip to Vegas, it's definitely a work trip, but just seeing everything that's around here, all the lights, there's always something to look at no matter what time of day it is here. It's just something incredible. And yes, I do want you to know I do have my red on, and I got my KC pennant on here on my lapel as well, but it's just, like 35 degrees here right now, so I want to keep my jacket on. So it's a little bit cold out there, but we're seeing more and more fans trickle in here. Each morning here we've been getting up and just getting a little bit busier and a little bit busier of people coming into the city, people coming into the hotel where we're staying at. And you can see the Strip is always busy, but just constant traffic, constant getting up and going and everything. So it's just so cool to see. And we did venture down by the Bellagio yesterday. That's where CBS Mornings has all of their stuff passed out. I didn't see Gayle King, but I might have to run down there a little bit later on today to see if I can say hi and say what's up from your friend from Kansas City.
Yeah, definitely say hi. Say hi from me, from obviously the entire team, for Gayle and Nate and Tony.
And apparently Gayle's talking to Usher this morning.
Usher,
so
baby.
You might see him too.
Well, we'll check back in with you here shortly. We do want to send things over to meteorologist Greg Bennett because it's actually colder in Vegas by a degree than it is in Kansas City.
1 degree, but Hurlbrink out there, let me tell you, he is having fun responsibly and professionally.
He goes, this is a work trip.
This is a work trip. Indeed, sir. That's why he's Mr. Kansas City. He's awesome. Glad you're out there, buddy. Listen, we have got some actual things that we need to discuss here around the city of Fountains. Today alone, we do have that chance for wet weather, but it's dwindled back. It's dialed back just a tad for us. And the same thing can be said for that wintry mix that we're talking about for the big game here for Sunday here to Kansas City, but it could be bleeding into our Monday as well. First and foremost, let's get into that wet weather chance. And this is where where we're at. Just a few isolated drizzles potentially out there by mid-evening, but by late night tonight, about 11, maybe midnight, we should start to see a few more of those showers roll through. But look how weak this kind of green is indicating on our forecast model runs. FYI, this is the only data model that is showing this. The others just show cloud cover. So we're going to dial it back down to 20%. I don't want to say that it's a 0% chance. I would grab an umbrella just as a precaution. At least for now, this morning, you don't have to worry about those umbrellas. We've got some cool temperatures. We'll talk about those, but we'll warm up into the afternoon. Details just ahead. Let's get you to the roadways. Check some traffic now. Julia, what's going on in First Warn 5 traffic?
Well, we do have a stall that just happened, and more and more people are starting to get out there on the roadway. So it's not causing any backups yet, but I'm going to be keeping my eye right here. This is 435 northbound, just before I-35, so in the northern part of the Kansas City area, where we see that stall and those people getting out there on the roadways. Now, across our map, I'm not seeing any other issues causing any backups this morning. Several stalls, though. Could be because there's still some potholes out there, but we have a crash on 69 Highway in the northbound direction down at 223rd Street. But besides that, I even have the radar here behind the maps, and there's no fog and no wet weather. Carolina?
The Stars and Stripes, of course, aligned right here for the NFL Honors Ceremony in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, Chiefs QB Patrick Mahomes did not win the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Bill, the athlete, though, that did win was well deserving of this award, even though we, of course, wanted to see Mahomes get it.
Yeah, we wanted to see Mahomes get it, but that's okay. Still went to a very deserving person in the NFL. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers, Cameron Hayward. He won that, and he used his acceptance speech to really put a call out to his brothers in the NFL.
And so I ask you guys, my brothers, keep doing the work. Keep being the positive role models you are. I know it's not always pretty. I know a lot of people like to talk about the other stuff. But you guys are the change. You guys are making a difference.
So a heartfelt moment for everyone there, but all of the stars came out earlier on the red carpet. Our Scott Reese was there, and he has more.
Just an incredible litany of NFL royalty here on the red carpet at the NFL Honors Ceremony. I had the chance to talk to many NFL dignitaries, and here are some of their best responses.
And I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
4 Super Bowls in 5 years. It's even for us to wrap our brains around. What's it like for you?
Well, obviously, I wish we could have done that when I was there. And so you look at it and you're like, okay, well, I'm not part of it. I'm not out there on the field, but it's like family. You know, it's like watching, your younger nephew go out there and dominate.
You land here Sunday night and you get really grateful. You're grateful to just be a part of it. What we get to do behind the scenes and see how hard the players work and see how hard our coaches work and the fans sending us off. I mean, it's all part of it, but you get really grateful. And then you quickly switch to the competitive side of, okay, we're here, let's go win it.
I'm guessing there are 30 owners in town this weekend whose teams aren't in the Super Bowl. You're here for the 4th time in 5 years. What do you say to them?
Well, they're very nice to congratulate me. In fact, I ran into Robert Kraft outside, and he offered congratulations to me and my family. And I told him, look, you did an amazing job of setting the example that we all want to follow.
It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
How do you handicap this game?
Well, I tell you, I don't. I'm not trying to be political. I'm really not trying to be political. I have all the respect in the world for the 49ers. They tore our ass up. And so my point is that I do have a lot of respect for both of them. I don't know when we've had a game that has a chance be any more competitive than this in the Super Bowl.
I think it's going to come down to the Chiefs' defensive playmakers being able to limit the 49ers playmakers. So I think, because I think both coaches are going to put the ball in the guys' hands that they think going to make a play.
Who's going to win the game?
Who do you think? Do you see my lips? The color red. Okay, the Chiefs all day, baby.
Of course, Patrick Mahomes was the only Chief up for an award and was not selected as the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. So, alas, number 15 will just have to be satisfied with the possibility of yet another Lombardi Trophy this weekend. In Las Vegas, Scott Reese, KCTV 5 Sports.
So an incredible and fun night on the red carpet here in Las Vegas, but that's not the only party that's going down. There's going to be lots of parties back home in Kansas City, and that's where KCTV5 Samantha Boring is this morning down at Power and Light, where I'm sure they're planning huge parties.
Oh yeah, Bill, there are a ton of parties that will be across the metro, including here at Power and Light. The Red Kingdom Block Party will have hundreds of fans in this area, all dressed up, ready for the Chiefs. There will be food trucks, music, and a pregame pep rally. Power and Light also has multiple options for reservations, such as McFadden's and No Other Pub. Johnny's Tavern will be first come, first served. They say fans get here even before the sun rises, so if you want to do that, they say get here early. There will also be some lower cost or no cover bars in restaurants, including Cinderblock Brewery, Prairie Sailor, Double Tap KC, and Pathlight Brewing. For the opposing team, over in Overland Park, Fox and Hound will be filled with 49er fans. And since it's Red Friday, there are plenty of ways for you to show your Chiefs pride today and into the weekend. Union Station is filled with photo ops plus Elvis and a fan zone marketplace with Chiefs and KC gear. It's all open today and tomorrow. Across the metro, get your red, white, and gold snaps at Westport Ale House, Town Center Plaza in Leawood. Grinders and Family Tree Nursery all have Chiefs photo ops to help you get ready for the game. And of course, here at Power and Light, there is a KC Heart that is Chiefs themed. There is also a Chiefs mural. There's a couple here that you can take your picture at. If you do want to participate in any of these free photo ops, get ready for lines, especially over at Union Station, as we move into the weekend, it will get busier. Live from Power and Light, Samantha Boring, KCTV5 News.
All right, Samantha, that's the calm before the storm. We have so much more Chiefs coverage planned for you. Sunday morning, Carolina will be live in our morning show. Then our Price Chopper Game Day show at 9:30. Expect live coverage from Vegas every day until the big game, and it's all encapsulated with this, our Super Bowl post-game special right here on KCTV5. Greg.
Oh, the city is just charged. We've got so much Kansas City Chiefs spirit out there. And you know what? I know it's a big spirit day for all the kids heading out to school. This is what you can expect as we move through the day, starting off in the upper 30s, increasing to the 60s, and a whole lot less wind. But wet weather's out there. I'm tracking that hour by hour coming up in the next few minutes.
Plus, Usher, baby. He's dishing out some details on his Super Bowl halftime show. The clue that he dropped coming up next.
You're watching KCTV5, coming to you live from Las Vegas.
East Coast Appliance sells thousands of scratch and dent appliances. Where do they come from? At this rate, we'll never run out of scratch and dent appliances at great prices. See what I mean?
All scratch and dent appliances come with a standard warranty and are tested for quality assurance.
Here at Martin and Wallentine, you're a human being who has value, and we're going to do everything we can. I think that makes all the difference in the world. Before I was a lawyer, I was a full-time pastor. A lot of the connections that I made with people, it carries over because, I want to connect with my clients. A lot of my clients, they're dealing with rough stuff. We're going to fight for them, and we do everything we can to help them because these are real people dealing with real issues. You need Jerry.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Get rid of your tree for free. That's right, we'll haul off your old Christmas tree for free when you have other junk hauled away. All you have to do is point. Ho, ho, ho.
You Move Me turns 10 years old this year. Here's one thing we've learned serving you the past decade. Moving day doesn't have to be stressful. Great prep, great attitudes, and great expertise make moving day easy. You Move Me, home of the best move ever.
A filthy furnace can cause lack of airflow and even health problems. Keep you and your family safe this winter and call MVP today to schedule your $79 furnace revitalization.
Call MVP.
Great service guaranteed.
Price Chopper and Kansas City go together, like hot dogs and hot days at the K. We're proud to call Kansas City home. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
Are kitchen and shower drains slowing you down, or floor drains and outside sewer systems giving you worries? Not to worry. Gain the peace of mind with the professionals at MVP.
We're proud to call Kansas City home. Like everyone here, we know we've got the best barbecue. But we're also pretty good at pasta, tacos, and even beer. We love our sports. We love our city. And we love supporting each other. There's a lot to love about Kansas City. And at Price Chopper, we love serving you. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
Here at Martin and Wallentine, you're a human being who has value, and we're going to do everything we can. I think that makes all the difference in the world. Before I was a lawyer, I was a full-time pastor. A lot of the connections that I made with people, it carries over because, I want to connect with my clients. A lot of my clients, they're dealing with rough stuff. We're going to fight for them, and we do everything we can to help them because these are real people dealing with real issues. You need Jerry.
Another part of the Super Bowl that hasn't been mentioned too much, the halftime performance by Usher. The 8-time Grammy winner took to the stage yesterday to give a couple clues to which songs he'll be performing.
I was very mindful of my past, celebrating my present, which is here in Las Vegas, and thinking about where we're headed in the future. What songs do I feel people know me for? What songs have been a celebration of all of the journey of what life and love and emotion has been offered in my music.
With his performance on Sunday, Usher will become the only independent artist to perform in the Super Bowl halftime show.
And a growing number of other A-list performers are booking residencies in Las Vegas. Those are big shows that happen and stay in Vegas. Also, that includes Shania Twain and Donny Osmond, who told CBS's Anthony Mason that they work hard to give audiences more than what they expect.
You want the people to walk out saying, that was not a show, that was an experience.
What does that mean?
It means they walk out with a piece of you, your personality.
The audience expects to escape for a night.
So how do you approach that as a singer, as an entertainer?
I have to be prepared for the spirit of the audience.
Yes.
Because I do interact so much with them and I do bring them up on stage, I never know who I'm going to meet and what I'm in for.
Shania Twain's third residency begins in May at Planet Hollywood. The show will celebrate the 25th anniversary of Come On Over, which is still the best-selling album ever by a solo female artist. Donny Osmond's solo residency at Harrah's has been running for 2.5 years. Before that, he had an 11-year residency with his sister, Marie.
Oh man, just so many good things happening out in Vegas, but also here we've got so many events planned for today, Spirit Days, Spirit Week.
I feel like we're almost like the Las Vegas of the Midwest, too, if you really think about it, because we have so many performers that show up here to Kansas City.
That is true. They want to come here.
I'm telling you, this is the place to be, too, guys. We love it, and I love this view of the city itself. Look at this. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs logo there. Look at all the red over there at the station, and then, of course, red and yellow, gold all over the city. It's almost like we're the city of neon lights. I mean, it really is. It's wild stuff. This is our Etna First 1.5 city camera, by the way. FYI, we do have cloud cover out there. There is a small opportunity for wet weather we're tracking for you. But listen, if you're thinking about, oh, I've got to get that little pocket umbrella for the kids, they've got to have that just in case. No, hold on. They don't need that. They don't need that umbrella. It's all about the timing here, friends. And it's going to be more towards the mid-evening that we could start to see the first opportunities for a few drizzles or drip drops. I think by the time we get to 11 or 11:30 at night, we may see a few isolated showers that pop in closer to around I-70 and the metro itself, but nowhere near as aggressive as what we were talking about yesterday. It's gotten into a bit more drier air, more stability to the atmosphere. We've been holding it at the surface, but we're seeing signs of this lifting to the mid-levels and starting to break down a few things as we move forward in time. So there's some good news here. Now, it's still not a 0% chance. I still think you need the umbrella if you're thinking date night tonight, or if you're going to be out celebrating for the weekend and getting closer to the Super Bowl here for the city itself. So it's going to be well worthwhile to do that. We're also still tracking for a wintry mix, right, for our Sunday, but potentially into Monday morning now. And we'll get into that in just a few moments. I want to get to the now. Cloud cover's out there on our satellite radar system, but that's all it is. kids. I don't see us getting into lower visibility in our roadways. They're still dry out there. There's no necessarily need to grab those umbrellas for that morning drive in. The one thing you'll have to worry about is a couple of potholes and maybe obviously the traffic out there. But listen, there is a storm system we're monitoring, upper level low throughout central Kansas, and we have a warm front out there for us. We still have a warmer air kind of taken out of the south for today, but we do technically start our cool trend today. We're not going to get as warm as where we were yesterday with our daytime highs, but even this morning is a great example. Yesterday around this time frame, we were in like the middle 50s. Now we're in the lower 40s out the door. So we're starting to see a little bit of that cooler air. Still have a southerly flow, and it will still be very nice this afternoon, but we are starting to see those signs of a cool trend. 41 degrees right now, feels like 36. It's worth a light jacket for this morning, but I definitely think that you're going to be shedding that jacket as we move on into the day side. It goes for the kids as well, having them have that extra kind of space in their backpacks. It's going to be a good idea so they can put that jacket away, right? When it comes down to it, lunchtime, for example, it's going to be really close to the 60-degree mark, and we're light on the wind. You don't have to worry about the gusts at 40 miles per hour, which is what we saw yesterday. That was the exodus of that front that brought in that little bit of wet weather for us very early in the morning yesterday. But now we're talking sunshine, lighter winds, 63 degrees looking to be the high. Okay, here we go. Getting into the weekend, and notice where our chances for that wintry mix have gone. We've dropped it by 10% chances to now 20%. This is what it looks like at best in our model data. And so far, it's not a whole lot happening during the morning or the afternoon, just a lot of cloud cover with maybe the southern counties getting a tasting or sampling of a couple of flurries out there. Now, this is not the end-all be-all, which is why we kept that 20% wintry mix in just overall, but we are looking at more of a drier pattern for us, especially during the time of the game. I'm going to call for more cloud cover, then getting into that chance for rain and snow, temperatures in the 40s. Quickly, I want to get you to the Security Bank 7-day forecast. Sunday is the coolest day in the outlook, and then we rebound just in time for Valentine's Day and maybe a big parade. That's your forecast. Let's get you to the roadways. Yeah, I know, Julia.
Maybe a big parade.
Hopefully we got that.
If not for the Super Bowl, can we have one for Valentine's Day?
It should happen. Just share the love around.
Yeah,
you know?
we'll just have a parade no matter what. All right, we're taking a live look here. This is 435. That stall that I showed you earlier, emergency vehicles have shown up to help them out. This is at 48th Street, which is just before I-35 in that northbound direction, so in the Clay-Como area. And they do have a little bit of that right lane blocked, so if this is your commute, get over and give them some room, not causing too much of a backup right now. But taking a live look at our traffic maps, I'm not seeing any backups from construction or from any crashes. We do still have a crash on 69 Highway in the northbound direction at 223rd Street. The scout cameras are too dark out there. I can't tell. I can tell that they are still out there, but I can't tell if it's causing too much of a backup. Does not appear to be. So up at KCI right now, only two delays, 0 cancellations. And yes, there is this icon right here for a crash, but I've just clicked through all of the scout cameras for the interstates getting you to the airport, and none of them are showing any issues. This is probably an icon from later in the evening yesterday that still has not gone away, so you will have no issues getting to KCI. Carolina?
While local bars and restaurants are gearing up for the Super Bowl, others are going to be closing early, they say, to give their employees a chance to enjoy that big game. This is happening at El Porto in Liberty, where they say the Super Bowl is just like any other holiday, so they're going to treat it like one and give their employees a day to watch with their family and friends.
I talk for employees. You enjoy the rest of the day. When you see the game, you enjoy it for your family or your friends, whatever. I'm ready.
So they are going to be fully staffed and ready for that first half of Sunday, but once the clock strikes 4, they are out of there. KCTV 5 is getting ready for a fundraiser. It's nearly time for the annual Kansas City Polar Plunge. The money raised supports the 4,500th Special Olympic Kansas athletes. Our very own Zach Summers will be emceeing this event, and he will be taking the plunge. So mark your calendars for tomorrow, February 10th. And KCTV 5 wants to help you make a job connection. Loomis has jobs that keep the economy moving. They're hiring armed driver guards starting at $19 an hour. Military, firemen, police pay will apply depending on experience. Along with that, overtime after 40 hours and PTO accrual begins day 1. Scan that QR code for more information.
You Move Me turns 10 years old this year. Here's one thing we've learned serving you the past decade. Moving day doesn't have to be stressful. Great prep, great attitudes, and great expertise make moving day easy. You Move Me, home of the best move ever.
Are kitchen and shower drains slowing you down? Or floor drains and outside sewer systems giving you worries? Not to worry. Gain the peace of mind with the professionals at MVP.
A filthy furnace can cause lack of airflow and even health problems. Keep you and your family safe this winter and call MVP today to schedule your $79 furnace revitalization.
Call MVP.
Great service guaranteed.
We're proud to call Kansas City home. Like everyone here, we know we've got the best barbecue. But we're also pretty good at pasta, tacos, and even beer. We love our sports. We love our city. And we love supporting each other. There's a lot to love about Kansas City. And at Price Chopper, we love serving you. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
Here at Martin and Wallentine, you're a human being who has value, and we're going to do everything we can. I think that makes all the difference in the world. Before I was a lawyer, I was a full-time pastor. A lot of the connections that I made with people, it carries over because, I want to connect with my clients. A lot of my clients, they're dealing with rough stuff. We're going to fight for them, and we do everything we can to help them because these are real people dealing with real issues. You need Jerry.
Price Chopper and Kansas City go together, like hot dogs and hot days at the K. We're proud to call Kansas City home. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
When we say you need Jerry, you need an attorney who sees the pain, the struggles you're going through, who wants to do everything we can as a firm to help you. You need Jerry.
Injured in a car accident? Call Jerry.
Are kitchen and shower drains slowing you down? Or floor drains and outside sewer systems giving you worries? Not to worry. Gain the peace of mind with the professionals at MVP.
We're proud to call Kansas City home. Like everyone here, we know we've got the best barbecue. But we're also pretty good at pasta, tacos, and even beer. We love our sports. We love our city. And we love supporting each other. There's a lot to love about Kansas City. And at Price Chopper, we love serving you. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
Well, friends, we are tracking a bit of a cooler trend as we make it on into our weekend. Little small opportunities for drizzle activity or a wintry mix. But, man, today, 63 degrees the high. And I'm pretty sure we're actually going to be warmer than Las Vegas today. They're going to be on the chillier end. But you know what? Bill has been talking about this all morning long. It is heating up with excitement in Las Vegas. What can we expect coming in at 6 a.m., Bill?
Oh, we are just got all sorts of stuff happening out here in Las Vegas. A little on the chilly side here, but you know what? There's so much excitement in town. Getting ready for Super Bowl 58. We'll have much more live reports coming here right from the Strip here at 6 a.m.
Plus, giving you a live look right here at Allegiant Stadium. Things are getting heated as practice as the Chiefs are preparing to play right here. White players say that getting a little chippy isn't necessarily a bad thing, but good energy instead. KCTV 5 News this morning will be back in just 2 minutes.
A filthy furnace can cause lack of airflow and even health problems. Keep you and your family safe this winter and call MVP today to schedule your $79 furnace revitalization.
Call MVP.
Great service guaranteed.
Are kitchen and shower drains slowing you down? Or floor drains and outside sewer systems giving you worries? Not to worry. Gain the peace of mind with the professionals at MVP.
When we say you need Jerry, you need an attorney who sees the pain, the struggles you're going through, who wants to do everything we can as a firm to help you. You need Jerry.
Injured in a car accident? Call Jerry. We're proud to call Kansas City home. Like everyone here, we know we've got the best barbecue. But we're also pretty good at pasta, tacos, and even beer. We love our sports. We love our city. And we love supporting each other. There's a lot to love about Kansas City. And at Price Chopper, we love serving you. Thank you, Kansas City, for always having a place for us at your table.
You're watching KCTV 5, home of Super Bowl 58, coming to you live from Las Vegas.
Welcome in to KCTV 5 News this morning. We are getting you hyped on this final Red Friday of the season. We are live in Las Vegas, and the excitement is only building this morning. We have a whole hour planned as we are getting the Chiefs ready for Super Bowl. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Cruz.
And I'm Julia Avery. Bill Hurlbrink is live in Las Vegas right now. We have another busy day on tap.
So we do have live team coverage as the Chiefs are getting ready now, just days, almost hours away from the Super Bowl kicking off. Bill Hurlbrink, of course, out in Vegas. We are here in Fairway, and Samantha Boring is also out live for you at Power and Light. Plus, we do have a beautiful shot right there at Union Station.